welcome to Nerd on the Street, where nerd is the word on the street. Okay, so yesterday I did a debate. It is a two-part debate between four people. It's a 2-on-2 type thing. Yesterday was Clash of Champions for WWE, so I had the four people that I discovered love wrestling way more than I do. I do love wrestling, don't get me wrong. But I got them together and had just like a 2-on-2 debate. And it was actually pretty interesting. I do have the footage from yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see that. Please do not mind my face. I am not bored. I am listening. But I was told that that's probably their face when they listen to me talk about shit. So, you know. Here we go. The nerds of wrestling. The four. Mark, Jay, Quentin, and Alex. State your name for the record, please. Your nickname doesn't have to be your actual name.
Jay.
Thank you. Okay. When did you start watching wrestling?
Probably 5 or 6 years old.
So was that like 1954 or what? What year was that?
No, 87. When I started being old enough to realize what I was looking at.
Okay. And who is your favorite wrestler?
Favorite wrestler? Like I've stated this before, that I don't have like one specific favorite wrestler. I have favorite eras in wrestling, but I go with Junkyard Dog just on GP.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me get Mark on the phone, okay? Hi.
What's up?
Okay. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. So I need you to state your name for the record, please.
Like my full name?
No. Not your full name.
Okay. Well, my name is Mark.
Okay. And Mark, when did you start watching wrestling? We'll say that.
Whenever I was probably 2-3 years old.
Jeez. What year was that? 1945? Give me a year.
That's around 90. I don't know, 95.
And who's your favorite wrestler?
Undertaker.
Oh, yay. We like the same person. Great. Okay. So let me put you on the phone with Jay, since he doesn't want to use his first name because he's extra. Okay. Are you both on the phone now?
I am. Go ahead.
Okay. So.
The event room.
Okay. So you guys' first debate topic is, what is the best era?
I mean, I think we're both probably going to agree, but the Attitude Era probably would be my favorite era. Yeah, you got to go with the Attitude Era. I mean, you wouldn't have wrestling as you know it now with that. Absolutely not. I mean, like I said, you had Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker. You had some Man Feud, Triple H back in his prime. I mean, there's so many greats that you had back in the Attitude Era. The origination of DX. Yeah, I mean, that's when wrestling really evolved into a sport. Oh, yeah. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, before that, if you didn't know anything about it, you didn't get it. There were no storylines. There was no nothing. It was just different city to different city. The storyline started to develop. Well, you also had storylines back in the 80s and stuff like that. You had Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. Andre the Giant. Yeah, but could those be called storylines, or were those just beefs? mean, even back then you had Jake the Snake, Ted DiBiase, and all them. You know, that really they were just spokesmen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ted DiBiase was the $1 million man, so that was his thing. That was his persona. He couldn't win a championship, so he bought it.
Yeah, that was a gimmick.
Yeah, so I think back then you had more gimmicks and images than storylines.
I'll give you that. Yeah, the storylines really started to take off in the early '90s on up into the early 2000s. Here recently, some of the storylines have just been ass.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a bad era? Would the new era be considered a bad era?
NWO was a horrible era.
NWO, you think so?
I hated that.
Well, it was more WCW though.
I mean, I understand it was scripted for the demise of WCW, for the whole WWE thing, but it was really just a time for all your veterans and seasoned wrestlers to have their 2 years of fame again.
Yeah, their one last hoorah in WCW, pretty much.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we getting rid of WCW, so we're going to let all y'all have this last little shakedown, and that's it.
Yeah, so pretty much that was the transition between the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. When you took John Cena and some of these newer, well, not newer now, but
I'm going to tell you what the NWO did. The reason I say that's horrible, because me being a kid watching wrestling, all of my heroes were NWO. So now I'm looking at the TV like heartbroken.
Well, see, I never liked Hulk Hogan to begin with. I've always thought he was an overrated wrestler. I mean, he had decent mic skills, but nothing at the sort of...
Yeah, but I mean, you took who was Scott Steiner. The original Sting went black. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, these are my heroes. These are people that I cheered for, and here they come with garbage can tops and stuff beating up the other people I like. And it's like, as a kid, you're traumatized after that. Your whole faith in humanity just went out the window.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it whenever they split up the NWO and went to the NWO, the Red and Black Wolfpack. I did like that aspect of it, having an anti-hero to NWO almost.
Yeah. I love Conan.
That was a pretty cool aspect of it. But I mean, I agree. The whole NWO thing was ridiculous. Like I said, I've always thought Hulk Hogan was ridiculously overrated. I think my favorite.
But I grew up to the original Hulkamaniac, red, white, and yellow, and there's a lot of stuff that people don't know that he used to actually wear white. You know, like...
Oh, yeah, he wasn't always the American hero persona, no.
Yeah. Just like you got people that argue up and down about the Undertaker being, his transition to being a dead man to the badass.
Yeah, the American badass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they argue up and down. He's always been a dead man.
Right, I mean, the American badass gimmick was it was an okay gimmick, but it was nothing like the dead man.
I loved it. I also just liked his entrance and his exit. I didn't like the actual wrestling style of it, but...
No, going back to the NWO thing, I think that was WCW's response to, DX. They had that dominant faction in DX that was... I mean, that got WWE huge ratings.
Yeah, but it also was their demise.
I mean, I agree.
And then, but, you know what I'm saying, then it did introduce your Attitude Era because it took Stone Cold to come in and save everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That one episode where Stone Cold came out and just was doing the stunt on everybody in the ring.
Yeah, in between Stone Cold and The Rock, they kind of saved wrestling as we knew it at that point. And between what it is today. But yeah, going back to the topic at hand, the Booger era. was the transition from the attitude to the ruthless aggression era.
Okay, so greatest wrestler of all time. What do you think?
I mean, I'm the Undertaker, personally. I mean, who else is 6'10" that has that kind of athleticism, going around the ring?
What was the question?
Who's
Greatest.
the greatest wrestler of all time?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go with the Undertaker. He's survived every era and still going. Like the Undertaker's probably the Michael Jackson of wrestling. You got people that will sell out arenas just because he's on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And he still has one of his entrance is like it. Like once you've seen that personally, you're traumatized and you never want to see it again.
But people mark out so much for his entrance. For the Undertaker in general, I mean, that's why he's called the Phenom.
Yeah.
Mark out.
Like you will not have your entrance so he can have that 15 minutes that it takes for him to walk to the ring. No, seriously, man, have you ever seen his WrestleMania entrances? It takes like
Yes, the last time I did, I went and made something to eat and made something to drink, made everybody some tea, and I came back and he still hadn't even gotten to the ring yet. He was almost there though.
And it's better now. If Paul Bearer was still alive, well, it takes him like a week to get to the ring. I've seen his entrance personally. Like
No lies detected.
None whatsoever. Okay.
So we both agree on that. What's the next topic?
Okay. Who is more influential, Stone Cold Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan?
as far as what?
It didn't go that far. It was just a question.
No, because you have to go deeper than that. Because Hulk Hogan has a whole fan base of his own that he'll never lose. And that's from really old to even now, people that's getting into wrestling. Like, once you hear the old school stories of the biggest arms in wrestling or sports entertainment, and, you know what I'm saying, he was the hero of wrestling at one point. Everybody wanted to be Hulk Hogan. But then Stone Cold comes in and busts the whole system. So again, that's the difference in the two eras. Because me being a part of both eras, you know what I'm saying, in the Attitude Era, you have nobody else more dominant than Stone Cold.
Okay.
I would disagree with the last thing you said. No more dominant. I mean, The Rock was right up there with Stone Cold. He and The Rock, they changed the face of wrestling forever. The whole landscape was absolutely shaken up.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in an arena and you're either one going to hear glass break and people are going to pass out, or you're going to hear if you smell and people are still going to pass out.
Yeah, I mean,
but considering the fact that Stone Cold came first, I would give him 2.5 feet more leverage over The Rock.
I don't think he necessarily came first. I think he just became more popular first, because you got to think The Rock started out as Rocky Maivia, and then it was a cool little gimmick, but people didn't.
He was the Elvis of wrestling.
Exactly. He didn't really no one really marked out too much until he became part of the Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
At that point, he started.
But see, Stone Cold came right out front, stunned the hell out of Vince McMahon, and told him, I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and whoever I want to do it to, and you going to take it. Damn this script. The man drove a beer truck into the arena and sprayed the hell out of everybody.
Going back to the topic at hand, I think I would have to say Hulk Hogan overall. Because like you said, you know, he does have a whole fan base that he will never lose. Old heads, neophytes. I mean, he will always have fans that he will never lose.
Yeah, I mean, you got little kids right now that don't even know nothing about where Hulk Hogan came from.
Exactly.
That loses their mind when this man comes out.
Yeah, as soon as that intro music hits, they know exactly who it is, even if they were, 5-6 years old, they know who it is. So I mean,
look, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is another thing. The man lost everything in wrestling over a conversation when it was okay. Like, it was actually a private conversation between him and a friend, to where he even said the word. Lost everything. They pulled all his merchandise and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Who else can come back as strong as Hulk Hogan did from that?
well, I mean, I think the moniker
It's appropriate. The man will never lose.
so I think I agree with the Hulk Hogan. Now, mind you, maybe some of the newer superstars are more influenced by Stone Cold because he's still working with some of the superstars in today's wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think overall, it's got to be.
You got to give it to Hulk Hogan.
Okay, last one. Do you think the women's division is better, worse, or equal to when it was before this one?
Oh my God! Now you trying to cause a problem. You know how many women gonna see this and then they gonna be mad?
Do you know how much I don't care?
I'm gonna be honest. That's underrated.
I'll go first, Jay. I'll go first on this. I'll be the martyr for this one, buddy. So, the women's wrestling today, it's not as hard-nosed as, say, it was with the Fabulous Moolah or Mae Young, something like that, because they were stiff back then. Back in the 70s and 80s, they were stiff. A lot of it now is it's more scripted for sure. They're more athletic, definitely. But as for, there's a lot of mess ups. I've noticed a lot of mess ups recently in the women's division when it comes to some of the matches. They're really sloppy.
But when you have dominant people that walk away with no reasoning, well, I mean, I understand they have their personal reasoning, but as far as wrestling is concerned, like the whole Sasha Banks thing from WrestleMania, she threw a fit because we just won the belts and y'all want us to lose them now to some nobodies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's a lot more crying. There was no crying in women's wrestling, baby. China wrestled men.
I know, right?
She was wasn't she the first woman to win the Royal Rumble?
I think so.
Yes, and then also the first woman to win the Intercontinental Championship as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's the only woman to win the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm. As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more crying now in the women's division.
Well, back in that...
And, I mean, even up to just now, because Trish Stratus and Lita and all of that was no crying. Lita won the Divas Championship with a broke neck. I mean,
this is what I was going to say. In the Attitude era, it's definitely, I think women's division was better then, as in like match as storylines go,
mm-hmm.
and also as in how the match was scripted, how better back then than it is now. But the women now, I would think they're a little bit more athletic.
I would give them that they're underrated now. Like your Baileys and stuff like that, they take them for granted because they're a lot more athletic, like you said. But at the same time, they're not. I don't feel like they're being used to their full potential.
I agree. Well, and another thing is Ember Moon needs a bigger push. You know what I mean?
Ember Moon should have had a title by now.
Execution in.
She should have had a title by now.
Oh, no doubt. That's something I completely agree with.
She should be still the women's championship of either brand.
I agree with Becky Lynch's push. She's put in a lot of work. She does well in the ring. She has really good mic skills.
Yeah, but that only added to the storyline. Charlotte should have ever had 15 championships under her belt almost. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I agree, but you got to think the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, but see, and that's where the shift started, because now it became, they switched the women's division to how much work you put in to who you know and who you associated with.
I agree. I don't think it's right either.
Because Becky still only has her belt because her and Seth Rollins are together now. So that added to that storyline.
Yeah, maybe a little bit for sure. But the way they have, you know, the way they did Asuka, for instance, they did her dirty.
Real dirty. She was the Bret Hart of the women's division. She got screwed.
Yeah. And then,
all these different accolades outside of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? We have to add, let's just add this one to the you know what I'm saying, the accolades that she's got.
well, I think the WWE looked at it as, oh, well, she's already a household name. Let's go ahead and give her a push. That way,
right,
we can boost her ratings.
But at the same time, like you said, would you have took Amber Moon straight out of NXT straight to the top of wrestling? I would have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really would have.
Some of these people coming out of NXT are ridiculous. Like Aleister Black. I don't know why he hasn't gotten a bigger push.
Why hasn't Ricochet?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he was the U.S. champion, so he's had a little bit more push than Aleister Black.
Well, yeah. And the Viking boys, they should have. If I would go ahead and split them up, because that's gonna happen. I mean, you can already tell. They're what they're gonna do, or what I think they would do, is they're gonna, in the next draft, they're gonna be split up, brand to brand.
I couldn't see that.
I will put Braun Strowman with one of them, and that is the most dominant tag team you will have for at least a year.
I can see that.
I don't know why they keep putting, like, Bray Wyatt. They need to go ahead and fire him. They try to fire any reason they can to hold on to Bray Wyatt, but he is not popular at all. Nobody likes him. But they keep changing his personality. Like, y'all tried it with Matt Hardy. Have y'all not seen that this changing the whole mental concept of people does not work?
Well, Matt Hardy brought his over from TNA. You know, the delete shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not, nobody liked it.
I mean, I agree. They did in TNA, but they don't in WWE.
You know, if you're going to bring back anything, let's just keep it gangster and bring ECW back and let them wrestle for real. Because anybody that see this and y'all want to argue that wrestling is fake, ask Mick Foley how fake it is.
No shit.
Okay, so are either of you watching Clash of Champions tonight?
Duh.
I probably won't, to be honest. I mean, I'm not thrilled about any of the storylines going on right now.
I watch it to be disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie. I watch it because I've already got my predictions, but I watch it so they can prove me wrong.
Okay.
Like, I really feel like I should be on the board of writers for the WWE, because I can predict any matchup and who gonna win, how it's gonna play out, who's coming out, who gonna do what. Like, honestly, I want to see Braun Strowman win 2 championships.
That would be nice.
And if they hadn't screwed him, he was gonna have 3. He was gonna have the U.S. title, the tag team title, and the Universal title. I want to see that happen, because I want to see Braun Strowman right now. He is in his prime. He can handle 3 championship matches in a night.
Well, especially with big men like him, there's only so long they can do it. You know what I mean? Now,
let him do it while he can.
Undertaker, Big Show are the anomalies. But how often do you see them anymore?
I mean, my thing is, they screwed the Big Show so bad.
They did.
Like, you have one of the most dominant. It's like the NBA. If you have a dominant force that is making you money, use them. Big Show became just like Mark Henry. They just became faces. Enough to get you excited and then to crush all your dreams. There is no way you got Mark Henry and the Big Show in the Royal Rumble and they both go out within the first 15 people. The Great Khali, same way.
Man, I never liked the Great Khali, mainly because he could barely fucking move.
I mean, he didn't have to.
Well, like I said, unless you have a...
And then when they made the Great Khali help Jinder Mahal, come on now. That's what we're reducing 8-foot giant to help. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't. The WWE does not take that big man serious.
Dude can't move.
He can't. But who gonna beat him?
I mean,
okay.
Good, but
Oh, of course. Braun Strowman, they have to reinforce the ring 40 times for them two to be in there. You know what I'm saying? But that's the excitement of it. Who don't want to see the ring explode?
right, I agree. Especially,
You know what I'm saying?
like Rock did on the Big Show, dude. That was tough.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, who don't want to see that?
I mean,
Big Show.
I'm okay with not seeing Rock ever again because I'm just tired of him. I'm tired of him, Paul Heyman. He gets on my fucking nerves. He always has.
I want his contract.
Right with what you said.
I want his contract. Whoever negotiated his contract, I want as my agent. I don't care what I'm doing. I can be modeling, lawn care, anything. I want them to negotiate the rest of my contracts. This man didn't have to do nothing but show up when he felt like it, however long he felt like it. I'm gonna wrestle who I want when I want, and y'all gonna pay me for it.
Pretty much. And then for them to make him be the one that breaks the Undertaker streak, I mean, that was just a...
He should have been in jail for that.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, Undertaker got hurt during the match.
Yeah, he did.
You could plainly see him telling Brock, hey, go ahead and end it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, I mean, it wasn't scripted that way.
No, not at all. But Undertaker...
You know what I'm saying? So, at that point, contract-wise, you took a big risk of breach of contract.
Right, but I'm sure Undertaker was like, hey, I was hurt. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? That's just like, what was it? Eddie Guerrero actually died in the ring.
Well, he didn't die in the ring. He died shortly after, but he had a heart attack in the ring.
Yeah, he had a
In
heart
the
attack
ring.
in the ring, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the man was not conscious at all. And,
Oh, he went-
you know what I'm saying? You still let this match continue with him clearly non-responsive.
JBL ended it though, right?
No, he was pinned, unconscious.
Right, I know, but they said it was like JBL was the only one who was like recognizing what was happening and just went ahead and pinned it so he could end it.
Let me ask you this. Do you agree with how they're doing Rey Mysterio now?
I mean, he's basically just a punching bag at this point.
I mean, Rey Mysterio is trying to retire. Now they done brought his son in, and now they're going to tag team together. I think tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's stupid. I think Ray they just need to let Ray retire and be done with it, dude. I mean,
Just, has Ray even been put into the Hall of Fame yet?
I don't think so. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the man is 600 years old in Mexican years. Like, let's give it up.
well, that's what I'm saying. There's only so long you can keep up the amount of athleticism he has in the ring.
Right.
Those matches take a lot out of you. I mean, the athleticism and stamina required for an actual wrestling match like that is, I mean, it's serious.
Yeah, and then, like, they putting them up against these new Libres that's coming out, you know, so the keep up that kind of cardio and stamina and endurance, man, Rey Mysterio is tired, and they need to go ahead and let him have it. Like, his shoulder has been separated 3 times out of the last 4 matches he done been in. He's not main eventing anything. He's just ticket seller.
Yeah.
Pretty much, because, you know, the kids will come see.
Right. So let him be the Hall of Famer that he is. Let him get the rest he deserves. And, you know what I'm saying? Let him do some appearances every now and then.
I agree. So I have a question for both of you. Like, I know this is your show, Christina, but
Yes.
we're just gonna go ahead and hit to ask this hard-hitting question. Y'all ready for it?
Yeah.
Should Chris Benoit be in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so y'all agree with
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Yes. Him, Owen Hart, all of them.
Absolutely.
See, a lot of people with the Chris Benoit thing, you know, it's controversial because of what he did in his personal life.
Has absolutely no bearing
On his
wrestling
wrestling at all.
Exactly.
That's bullshit.
But, you know, there's a lot of people that think it is controversial and that he should not be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, hell, WWE completely erased him from every single show he was ever in.
This is not fair because he came through an era where steroid use was a must.
Mm-hmm.
It was promised.
You had to do it. Look at Lex Luger. Who was going to go against Lex Luger?
But you know what? I did, somebody did send me an article about that. That at some point they actually reopened his case. I think it's a cold case now. They actually reopened his case because of a phone call or text message that came through his phone after they were all dead.
Well, see, here's my thing about Chris Benoit. I mean, the man was mentally depressed anyway because of Eddie Guerrero
Yeah.
and all that. Plus the pressures of being old in a new era and trying to keep up.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So, I mean,
yeah, he was definitely fighting a lot of demons.
yeah. So, but that has no bearing on the road that he paid.
Mm-mm.
And he did. He paid me.
He really did.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
really
dude
did.
was a trendsetter in wrestling, and it's not fair because he wrestled on what? All brands.
Yep. ECW, SmackDown, Raw.
All of them. All the way back to Nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, he started out in ECW.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got to acknowledge that.
He
Whatever
definitely
they
deserved
threw at this man, he took, good or bad.
it. Yep.
Yep, pretty much. And then, you know, like I said, from ECW, he went to WCW, and then from there, you know, when he went back to WWE.
Yeah, you got to acknowledge him. That's just like saying, again, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind. He should be in the Hall of Fame for each one of his personalities.
I agree.
Because they took on a different aspect of wrestling in each personality that he had.
I'm not going
I think Mankind was his most successful. You know, given his battles with the Undertaker. And,
Right. So I mean, like you can't look over Chris Benoit, and if they do, and as long as they do, they should be shamed for that.
I agree. I was listening to a snippet of a podcast.
What is that face?
Jim Ross's podcast. That and he was talking to who was he talking to? He was talking to oh man. He was talking to one of the old managers. I can't remember his name right now. But they were talking about, you know, if Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame. And of course, you know, the guy he was talking to was like, well, you know, given what he did in wrestling, I think he should. And, you know, then they went on to talk about what we just talked about, how, you know, with the murder and how WWE just kind of scrubbed him from everything.
Unfair.
That's
unfair.
Yeah, you know, I think Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame.
I believe they should start from bottom to the top. Like, they should actually go back and if you're inducted into the Hall of Fame, you should start with your oldest and come up to your new era.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't get through that part without Chris Benoit.
No,
They're not in the drawer.
There's still people like Jake the Snake and all them from back when that still ain't been put into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all thinking?
Well, I think Jake the Snake is in the Hall of Fame.
But I'm just saying, like, from that era, you got people that hasn't been introduced into the Hall of Fame that deserve it. Would you not put good old JR in the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
He is a Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is. But would you have not put him in there? Jerry the King Lawler, would you have not put him in there?
I would have.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that is the category where I put Chris Benoit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how great his contribution is. Him as a person, I don't know. But him as a wrestler, his contributions to wrestling is right up there with anybody else. The man had some of the greatest matches in wrestling history.
Yep.
They ready to get started in there? I just got it. We got this.
All right. Well, I have got to go. I got to get in this meeting, y'all. It was fun. Any more questions, feel free to inbox me, and I'll be glad to give a response to.
Thank you, dear.
All right. Mark, it was a pleasure, man.
You too, bro.
Thank you, Mark.
No problem. If you need me for anything else, holler at me.
Of course.
All right.
All right, bye.